YouTubes, how's it going? Finally. I know you guys have been waiting for this scenario to come out for a long time. This part, this final scenario. I know, it's sad to think about after going through all of the Age of Empires, Age of Kings scenarios, campaigns, and going through all of the scenarios up to Noryang Point here in the Conquerors campaigns. It's kind of sad and it's kind of amazing to think we've come so far. So, in terms of video making. So, hopefully you've enjoyed up to this point, and hopefully if you're having problems with this scenario, this will help like normal. So, here in Noryang Point, a lot goes on in the early going. I like to use a rush tactic for this scenario because waiting too long allows the Japanese Navy to get pretty strong. Not overwhelming to the point where they're overwhelming because they have no villagers. And you can stunt their growth by taking out buildings here and there. Obviously, you can tell no villagers. And the same with the Japanese raiders. They will eventually attack you later on. They're the purple guys up north. You don't want to deal with them. So I'll just go over that. You have to defend your wonder to begin with. That is basically just fodder to have the Japanese Navy be occupied. And we're going to use the keeps and some of our ships to our best of our ability. And Admiral Yi, who is kind of the hero in this scenario, will be ignored for us until the very end when we need to see him, when it's required of us for actually complete the scenario. You can also get the Chinese orange in the southwest corner of the side of the map, and they can ally with you. You can get about 10 bombard cannons and 20 Chukanu. It's pretty nice, but it's not amazing. So we're going to get going real quickly here. You want to start by building all sorts of keeps left and right. Make sure you're just piling this coastline with all the keeps you can possibly pour on. Don't think you're overdoing it. You're not. This is what you got to do. Take care of your business here early on. Get one more spot in there. Alright, so the rest of these guys, you want to make sure you got some going for gold. Going for the gold. And we're going to pump about 8 more to get gold. These guys are going to build a university really quick for us. Then you want to monitor these guys. So we're going to get them together. And building them like this, that'll obviously tell your guys to build them slowly, and in order. And now that that's up, you want to get chemistry, and you want to build a dock over here because you're going to get chemistry for the whatchamacallit. What's this? And right now you want to use your navy, get rid of these galleons. You're going to see a couple of these guys right off the bat. You're going to want to take care of them. You want to keep your guys alive. Obviously your cannon galleons are most important to you early on. So take them out real quickly, and you got another one that'll always sit here. So you got about 2 or 3 of them early on that you got to deal with. One of them's normally a scout. One of them is going to be a threat to you. And you're also going to want to get bracer. So I know I can't get that quite yet, but you're going to want to get it. And you want to start chopping some wood. I'm going to sell for to get bracer, and I don't know what this is. Alright, so make sure these guys aren't getting off the beaten path too much. Bring them back. Son of a mother. Alright, so just mow them down. Get rid of them. Alright, so our cannon galleon's taking a hit here, obviously. So get everybody corralled back together. Good. So, alright, so let's send them west. Should be an aggressive stance. We have enough for bracer. Good. That'll be good for our keeps. Make sure everybody's working. They're up. They're continuing to work. And with this, you allow yourself to slowly and eventually, hopefully, get this cannon galleon upgrade. And I'm going to create 2 more villagers after those 2 guys so I can further my food production, because that's important as well. Make sure you have no idle villagers. Alright, that guy, he can farm. Alright, so objectives have changed. We're just going to ignore that for right now. We're going to send a galleon out on the prowl, check things out, get everybody back here. Make sure everybody's safe and secure. You got the rest of your guys protecting you. You're going to get plenty of those bells ringing at you. Bells will be ringing. And we're trying not to attract too much attention to us, so we're just going to put ourselves in no attack stance for right now. We're going to monitor what's going on around us. So we're going to hit these guys, get rid of them real quickly. Not sure if they're going for my cannon guns or what they're going for, really. But we're going to just stay with our monitor right around here, because you're going to need this convoy. And mother of crap. So we want to get rid of these cannon galleons really quickly. Usually don't get this too much aggression early on, but it looks like we're getting hit pretty hard right off the bat. So we're going to send these guys back over here. Ignore these fishing ships, please. Most of their navy will go after your keeps, but it doesn't look like it's functioning like that right now. Alright, so make sure these guys are in no attack stance. We're going to put these guys in a little bit more of an aggressive stance as we come down the bend here. Alright, so we're going to send these guys down here. No, frick. Alright, well, I'll shoot. And it looks like there's no space, but believe me, there is plenty of space for you. You're going to send these guys, the rest of your cannon galleons down here, and get rid of those fishing ships while we're at it, I said before. And there are 7 docks in total that you're going to have to get rid of. It doesn't say in your objectives menu quite yet. It just says defend Korea. So you're just doing the best you can. You're focusing on land. You don't want to do that. You want to focus on taking out their docks early and often. Alright, so they're taken care of. You want to make sure you got this blockaded off as well. And you get your cannon galleons down in here. When you have the opportunity, you want to start pumping out some more cannon galleons. And it's just some more galleons in general if you can get the upgrade. Work these guys in right here. And they should be able to fire up on that shipyard. We're going to knock out their ships too. These guys should all be done. And we're just going to garrison them up in there. That'll beast them up a little bit. And we're going to pump out 3 of these guys. Start doing some foraging for us. Excuse me. And I'm going to check the upgrades really quick. Ballistics, no. I don't believe those are constituted as... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I need to sell some of my gold to get the cannon galleon upgrade. So I'm going to do that, take care of that really quickly. Make sure you're monitoring here, make sure you get that dock taken care of. It is taken care of. And we're going to send our convoy back up here. They're going to lead the way for us, and then we're going to be careful with the guard towers that are spread out along the map. And these keeps will help defend you and preoccupy.
We cannot drive off the repeated attacks of these Japanese warships. We must seek aid from Admiral Yi's own ship.
Hey, we're not going to be...
Rumor has it that he has been working on a secret weapon.
Rumor is a person now. Rumor is having it. But we're going to ignore that message right now, even though it seems like it's really helpful. We got these turtle ships. I want to see this. But we're not going to be using it. The reason being, I believe, I'm not 100% sure if this is completely factual or not, but I think that based on seeing other sources and playthroughs of this scenario that, in my own experience, summoning Admiral Yi to assist you actually increases the naval output of the Japanese Navy, so that can be a bad thing. And we're just going to stay away from him. So we're just going to leave him up there. He's just going to chill right now until the very end of the scenario where we're actually going to need him. Alright, so 2 more guard towers taken care of. You don't want to lead with your cannon galleons. You want to lead with a galleon, a ranged unit that can hit an oncoming unit, but also take some hits from... And there should be a bombard tower over here. Alright, so I'm going to get my crap back. And we're going to send the cannon galleon in. And we're going to get rid of this guard tower now. You have to slowly work on the coastline, not get too close to any of their towers. But you're going to have to get close with some of your scouts from your convoy. Alright, so they're far enough away. They have good enough range. And unfortunately, we can't get elite cannon galleon, but we can get cannon galleon. So we're going to pump out 5 there. That'll be our rally point down there. And we should be working well to continue our food and wood output. So I'm going to get these upgrades for myself. Not enough food as expected. Okay, so let's check out how that's doing. And we're going to send this weakened galleon in here to maybe take a hit from the bombard tower, which is over here, I believe. Not in this little canyon. Alright, so it's right there. Run away. They have good accuracy, surprisingly. And this guy is just hanging on for dear life. Alright, so good. These hits are at my keeps right now. You can see how important these keeps are and how awesome these keeps are as they're fully upgraded with chemistry and with bracer. They can just annihilate any structure from very far out. It's surprising, I know, but it's effective. You want to use all your stone up early on. You can't make castles because you probably would be expecting me to construct castles, and hopefully they're not attracted to my other cannon galleons over there. I would not like that. But alright, looks like they're just drawing more attention themselves over there. Those keeps will get rid of them eventually. Frick. Okay. Alright, so just send our convoy in here and get rid of these galleons. Try to stay away from the cannon galleons as best you can. I'm going to send these two guys in here to get rid of this cannon galleon. I'm not exactly sure where it went. Probably somewhere up here. Probably got attracted to my other cannon galleon out west. Alright, so they're chill right there. Alright, and so get them back here. We want to send these galleons in to get an idea of where the next dock is now that that bombard tower is taken care of. The dock should be somewhere in here. There's another one coming up really close now. I know. Okay, so there's a guard tower I forgot about. So we're home free for a while, but we gotta get rid of this guard tower first. Got a couple guys rung up for ourselves, and how much time do we have left in this scenario? Okay, so or in this part, we got 9 minutes left. All right, so this galleon is just ravaging this dock. That's okay. We can live with that, and we're gonna start pumping out. Hopefully, a couple galleons here pretty soon. If I can get the upgrade and maybe some fire ships, but galleons are your best bet for defending. There we go. There's that dock for defending your cannon galleons. Just because the predominantly the Japanese produce galleons, so you want to go range against range. Fire ships are usually your best defense, kind of like the Dolphin is against the Dreadnought or Navy SEAL and Red Alert 2. Same goes for the fire ship against the powerful cannon galleon. So one more bomb should or cannonball should make do. All right, so we got those guys coming in. Got the cavalry coming in, and want to make sure these guys are riled up and leave him up there because there's a little bottleneck we have to worry about, and get rid of that dock. And there's usually 4 docks on. There's 2 separate islands, if you will, that the Japanese occupy. The first one has like 3 docks, I believe, and the next has 4. Just to give you guys a good to give you guys a picture of what you're going at, and get our convoy ready here. Our 4 galleons. Alright, so we're going to have these guys stop firing for right now. Put them on no attack stance. And get these galleons doing some more Lewis and Clark action for me. Send it out there. And the Sea Rocks, the intimidating Sea Rocks. And the nice thing that the keeps do for you is they obviously get rid of a lot of the Navy that the Japanese Navy sends out, but they attract a lot of the Navy as well. So I don't know what that is. That's the castle hitting me. And we're just going to scout this all out, scour it out. And get our galleons back out here west of this bottleneck area. We want to send our cannon galleons in here, and you should be able to get your cannon galleons snuck in behind the castle in range of the dock without any problem. You should be able to sneak in there and get rid of these docks. So just send these cannon galleons down here very discreetly. I don't believe you can outrange their I think you can outrange your castle, but I wouldn't try it if I don't have to. Careful, careful. Get in the middle here. Help your brother out. Help a brother out. So this is dock number 4. We have 3 more remaining, even though this isn't your objective. If you played through this scenario, you know this is your end objective, is taking down the 7 docks, and it's your overwhelming trigger. What I mean by that is that trigger will override any other trigger. So if you complete this scenario, you're going to have to go through this trigger. It doesn't matter if you... Same with getting Admiral Yi to be on your side. So we're going to get our convoy back together of 4 galleons. And the fire ships we're moving on from this area, so the fire ships can unite. I have a couple more galleons over here, cannon galleons that is, I gotta clarify myself. And those are my towers, thankfully. And we're gonna send them to unite up here. So this group's gonna be group 1 for right now. Okay, so avoid this castle like the plague, and this is kind of gets into one of the hairy parts of the scenario, because you're trying to avoid this castle, but you're trying to avoid a lot of the Japanese Navy as well. The good thing, though, that you don't have to worry about is there's not going to be any Japanese Navy west of you. What I mean by that is over here you're not going to be getting hit by this weak side, because you know there are no docks west of you, and they have no villagers to reproduce those docks. And what the frick are you firing at? Alright, so no attack stance right now. And that's obviously a transport ship, and he's just getting mowed down. Galleon is still at work over there. And we can get our cannon galleons here on the weak side. We're probably going to have to reinforce our cannon galleons with a little support, though. And we have plenty of resources to continue to pump out our navy, but we don't even need to that much. We only have 3 more docks to get rid of, and when we can, we'll be right there. So I'm going to start making war galleys and eventually galleons here, and we're going to get Group 1 over there. It looks like that's just keep action and Japanese Navy. That's okay. And this is going down quickly. It's burning up. So our cannon galleons should be done now, so we can send west. And most of the nice thing, many of these docks are inland. They're mostly very far out on the coast. There's no crevices and canyons that you got to go through in order to get to them. So you're not going to be having to worry about the towers as much on the east side. So you want to get rid of the more difficult west side that you have to navigate. And see, there's a keep right there, some samurais and whatnot. So okay, so we get our cannon galleons coming up here. There's some monks. I want to just get rid of them, make them run a little bit, because they can convert your units, I believe. Sayonara, sucker. Kane's not, or whatever your magic wand's not going to save you there. Well, good luck with that. Got a hand cannoneer. Oh no, hand cannoneer, what are you going to do? Alright, so we got this guy to get rid of, so we're going to stay out of range of those bombard towers. Get Group 1 over here that I'm totally ignoring, and get the rest of our cannon galleons over here. And we have Galleon research up for ourselves, but probably not even going to have to use it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a group of crap. What is that? A group of knights. Excuse me. We're gonna set the rally point up there because we're gonna go have to see Admiral Yi, and in order to get to Admiral Yi, you need to have a quick unit to get to the transport ships by the Japanese raiders. So this should be the 7th dock, but the objective won't register yet because you have to go find him first in order to make this trigger register, because it's not even on our list yet. Stupid. And our knights will be produced here soon. Admiral Yi is up here. You can also make some siege onagers and knock out the forests in front, but I'm not going to have you guys wait for all that. So all these docks should be taken care of. We don't really have to worry about any more navy. So these keeps did a great job for us. You really want to pile them in there. Believe me, it really does help. And we're going to get husbandry after this 3rd night. And I'm going to try to sneak this in on part 1 because I don't want to have this carry over into part 2. It would just be like a minute or 2 of crap. But it might have to. We'll see. So I'm going to get husbandry now. Not enough food. Who makes this rule up? Not enough food. Are you kidding me? I'm not feeding my horses. I starved my horses to death. Alright, so we're going to send our horses up here, our knights. Yeah, and one horse I'm complaining about, another one helps me. You got their elite samurais and their fancy hand cannoneers. Too bad you have no ships to get them over to Korea. Just chilling here in Japan. You don't even look like Japan. This island doesn't even look like Japan. So we're just going to send our cannon galleons out east a little bit more, see if we can't take down a couple more towers. We got to monitor our knights, make sure they're going in the right direction as well. You want to micromanage them once they get up to the Japanese raiders, which are pretty plentiful. They're what is over here? I don't think anything's over here. I don't think nothing is over here. All right, so there's a bombard tower. All right, so get our knights running. Okay, so follow the white brick road. It's going to help you out. And it's also going to lead you to the enemy. So I don't know if that's a good thing. Is that a bad thing? I don't know what that is. And you're going to be notified, kind of like the unlike the Messiah scenario of a transport ship right on the coast here. There he is. Get him inside. Sorry, bro. Oh, you made it. And you can just drop him off right across the way. Get your knights going. Your transport ship's going to go bye-bye, unfortunately. I'm going to send it down there. Just get it out of the way. And you run over to the castles, get it in the flagged area, and then the scenario will be yours. Hustle on over. Shuffle on over to Buffalo, or to Admiral Yi San Shi. And the scenario, Noryang Point, will be over. It's over. what an easy scenario. Another joke scenario, I would have to say, in the Battles of the Conquerors.
These turtle ships.
Awesome,
We will
awesome.
send every Japanese ship to the bottom of the sea. We should build as many as we can. Our coast is now rid of Japanese marauders, but they could return in the future. We should sail to Japan and destroy all of the Japanese docks.
See you later after this cutscene.
The Japanese were unable to establish a base on either China or Korea. Therefore, all supplies and reinforcements had to come from the Japanese islands themselves. Once Admiral Yi destroyed the Japanese navy, the samurai armies were isolated from supply, and the invasion ended. Yi Sun-shin died in the battle, but the Japanese commander Hideyoshi died soon after, and with him the
I'm
lust
Hideyoshi.
for Japanese conquest. The possibility of a Japanese empire in Eastern Asia in the 16th century died under the guns of slow but deadly armored Korean warships.
Alright, so that was a short cutscene. Admiral Yi Sun-shi, thank you for your service. That was about 400 years ago, so definitely the most recent. Obviously why I'm doing it last. And speaking of last, this is the final scenario, final part, final video that I'll be making for my Age of Empires 2, Age of Kings and Conquerors walkthroughs that I've done. I will be doing my Greenland campaign scenario walkthrough in the future, but this is it for the formal walkthrough. So if you guys needed help, hopefully these walkthroughs help. I had a fun time, great time making these for you guys and interacting with you. Hopefully you continue to watch these throughout your years. I'm going to leave them up here. Hopefully these helped you out, you enjoyed them, and spread the word. If you got any friends that are struggling through this game, definitely have them check this out. So that's it for Noryang Point specifically as well. We're closing the door on it, and then we just zoom through the Battles of the Conquerors scenarios. I'll see you guys in my upcoming walkthroughs that in Pokemon Blue, obviously, and I'll be revealing some of my upcoming walkthroughs in the next couple of days. So just stay patient for that. And in this scenario, build your keeps, build your cannon galleons, get the bracer up, and Bodkin arrow. Cannon galleons should be set. Work west to east. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching me throughout all these Age of Empires videos.